Take it all in, YouTube. You know what time it is. Time to review the next album in the Kiss discography. Don't know if you can see it real well. There's a glare from my iPad. Creatures of the Night. Oh my gosh. I'm excited to review this album. You don't know how excited I am. When I got, it's playing in the background right now. Anyway, I've been very excited to review this album since I started my reviews, knocking these things out. When I first did my first review, which, you know, I know my reviews aren't that good. I'm not trying to be a great reviewer. I'm just really digging this and hoping people comment, share, and share their opinion, because that's what I want to get out of this. Is I want to, you know, hear people's opinions and talk to them about Kiss albums. I don't know if you can really see that one that well because of the light, but I've been so excited, and from day one doing my reviews, I've been excited to review this album, Kiss, Creatures of the Night. Right there in the flesh. Absolutely love this album. Now's a good time to go ahead and tell you that this album is my favorite Kiss album of all time. I know it's a lot of Kiss fans' favorite Kiss albums of all time, but it's been their favorite albums for years. I did not ever hear this album until 6 years ago. Ever. Never ever did I hear this album until 6 years ago, when I started getting into Dynasty, The Elder, Unmasked, and then Creatures. When I heard this album and I bought it, I said, oh my gosh, this is seriously the best Kiss album I've ever listened to. And when I heard a lot of people say it was their favorite Kiss album, it's understandable. This thing rocks all the way through. The makeup on it, the album cover right there is awesome. Gene and Ace and Peter and Eric right there. That's Eric Carr with his fox makeup. The last album that Ace really played on, he had some minor parts on this album. Didn't play on the whole thing. Pretty much from The Elder into this, he was kind of done. And didn't really contribute a whole lot. The back right there with the song titles and the lightning. Just a cool cover right there. I hate that my iPad is glaring on it because it's the way it is, the thermal on it or whatever. It's pretty cool. But I love it. I'm going to go ahead and get into the album. Creatures of the Night, #1 track on the album. The title track, awesome song. I love, love, love Creatures of the Night. Love hearing it live. I love hearing it played anywhere by any band. And if there's a song during the day that I will try to hit my high notes on when I'm singing it out loud, it's Creatures of the Night. That's definitely an awesome song. Saint and Sinner, I love that song. Love it, love it, love it. It's a great album. And, or a great song, I'm sorry. And that's a great song to follow Creatures of the Night. I'm going to go, it's playing right now, Keep Me Coming, the third track on the album. It's my second favorite song on the album. Keep Me Coming is, and it's a great song. Paul's voice for this whole production on this album, the way it was recorded, the rawness of it, the realness of the album, and what they did, this stands alone, hands down, the #1 Kiss album of all time, because of so many reasons. The drumming on it is excellent. The bass playing on it is excellent. The guitar is excellent. No, the guitars. The Paul's voice and guitar playing on this album is phenomenal. One of the best Paul albums with his voice I've ever heard. Rock and Roll Hell, I love that song. It's a good song. Danger, hands down, one of my favorite Kiss songs of all time, and my favorite Kiss song on this album. I love the song Danger. I Love It Loud, that's a Kiss classic. I love it. Kind of overplayed a little bit. They still play it on their tour. Saw them in concert a couple weeks ago. They played I Love It Loud. It was great. I Still Love You, great, great song. I love I Still Love You. Killer, great, great song. Love the song Killer. War Machine, one of the best songs on the album. There's not much I can say about this album. You can tell it was produced by Gene and Paul because it's hard, it's heavy, it's in your face. And if you've ever been a fan of Eric Carr, this is the album to get to listen to. His drumming on this album is absolutely phenomenal. And you know, I don't know what happened after this for Kiss. You know, this album at first didn't sell that great. The 85 issue of it that came out on vinyl and cassette tape with them without any makeup on it and without Ace on the cover, with Bruce Kulick on it. That one sold a lot more than this one, but I want to know. I would like to have been around during this era of Kiss and been around these guys to know what actually happened. You know, there's a lot of talk and a lot of interviews saying that from Dynasty on there was so many problems with the lineup in Kiss, and there was so many problems with the production of their albums. But what I don't understand is a lot of people give Dynasty grief. They give, you know, Unmasked grief. They give the Elder grief. They give a lot of their 80s stuff grief. But one album during the midst of all this that doesn't get any grief is Creatures of the Night. And Eric was saying that it's his favorite Kiss album of all time. Paul was saying it's his second favorite Kiss album of all time. Gene said the same thing. It was his second favorite album they've ever done of all time. So I don't understand what happened right here, besides Ace Frehley leaving, that kept them from not going in the direction they went on this album later on. I don't know what happened, but whatever it was, it happened, and we had to deal with it. But this is a great Kiss album, guys. This is an album most Kiss fans find out later about, you know, listen to Kiss years on down the road. But this is a great album. I suggest, if you are a Kiss fan in general, and even if you're not into this era of Kiss yet, leave it in the plastic. Leave it in the plastic. Don't listen to it yet if you're not ready for it. But when you're ready to listen to Creatures of the Night, pull it out, unwrap it, and really get into this thing, because this is a great album, my favorite album of all time. And like I said, I couldn't wait to do this review. The synopsis on it is, basically, the song Danger is my #1 favorite song on this album. Keep Me Coming is my second favorite. Creatures, my third. War Machine, my fourth. God, it just goes on and on. This is a great album, guys. There's not anything I can say about it. I will say this. I wish I had it on vinyl. Gosh, I wish I had this on vinyl. You don't even understand. Every time I go to a record store, I'll look in the Kiss section, and I will look for Creatures of the Night. I've never been able to find it. Ever have I been able to find it. There's a lot of people out there that got it on vinyl. Consider yourself lucky, because this is an album a lot of people have, and they don't know they have it. But I wish I had this on vinyl. I really do. If anybody out there has this on vinyl, multiple copies of it, and they want to trade some other stuff that I've got tons of records, guys. I got so many records, it's unreal. I've got so many CDs, it's unreal. I would love to trade to find this thing on vinyl. That's basically all I got. #1 Kiss album of all time. My favorite. And to end what I call the new era of Kiss in the 70s and 80s, this ends it right here. That's Dynasty, Unmasked, The Elder, and Creatures. Those 4 albums I love. I mean, they're all in my top 6 or 7. So how can you go wrong? Creatures of the Night, go buy this crap right here. This is awesome.